Hello and welcome to the Free League Publishing Twitch channel. I'm Pete from Garblag Games and I am Mother.
Здравствуйте, товарищ, как дела? I am Ben, playing Captain Kuznetsov of the Cherenkov.
Hi, I'm Roger. I'm playing Herman Schneider, the pilot.
Good evening, comrades. I am Makovsky and I am the engineer.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm playing the biologist.
And I'm Carlos Romero Solaris and I am the UPP Marine.
Excellent, excellent. Right, thank you. And welcome everyone in chat and to everyone watching back later on YouTube. Before we begin with the recap, I'm just going to go through a few little formalities. First off, the thing I forgot to say at the beginning of last week's episode, this is a show for mature audiences and immature players, and will involve scenes of extreme violence, body horror, and this week, probably violent android murdering. Sorry, Dan.
Don't forget loss of player agency.
Oh yes, that as well. No, that is true. There are moments in Alien when player agency is overridden by the effects of panic, and we'll probably explore some of that later today.
Or in a minute.
Or in a moment, yes. A big thank you to Free League Publishing for allowing us to come and stream our show on the channel, and to Matt for getting us over here and getting me to run Alien. I actually love Alien, and this is awesome fun and scary treats for my players. Just a few shout outs for the wider Free League family that are playing at the moment. So we've got the Lollygaggers playing Vessen. We have Defenders of Kobold with their Forbidden Defenders playing Forbidden Lands, and Tales from the Clock Tower, another Vessen game on the channel. Also, I believe it was yesterday or earlier on today, I don't know because of time zones and things, but Matt interviewed Andrew Gasker, as you know, the chap whose name is all over, oh, you can't see it, look at that, all over this book. Oh, look, yeah, all over the rule book. There we go. Didn't think that one out before I thought about that. It's a really interesting interview talking about his inspiration and his kind of background in writing in comics, graphic novels, a lot about Planet of the Apes, discussion around what's canon, what's not canon, and different tiers of canon, and ultimately anything is canon until Ridley Scott decides that it's not. Cool. Also, Free League points, something we didn't address last week. We do things slightly differently on Garblag Games, with the lower price point. I can't remember the values, unfortunately. Sorry.
Let me have a look.
With the lower option,
2,000 for sixes is what
Yep.
it says, and 2,500 to push it.
Oh, look at that. Cheap GM rerolls.
And it looks like 1,000 for a success.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1,000 for a player reroll that they can bank. Because of the slight time delay, it's often difficult to sort of break the flow and wait for a reroll. So if you want to buy one of our players a reroll, do so, hashtag their character name in the chat. If you want to buy me a reroll, then spend 2,000 points and get me a reroll. Sometimes I use them nicely. Sometimes I use them when I roll a 2 on an alien attack chart. Okay, right. So last week.
Find Roger's here. He mostly uses them on Roger.
That's true. That is true.
Mostly.
Oh, also, last thing to mention. It is the Alien Discord's first birthday today. So it's the unofficial Alien Discord. So if you're on there and a member, then thank you for prying yourself away from the stream of the Alien Director's Cut this evening. There is another showing at a US time that's more appropriate. So thank you for joining us tonight. Okay. So, someone's just said, do you want them all to die? Oh, look, someone's already got me a reroll.
Yeah.
Whoop. Thank you, Millie, the GM. Excellent. Millie's going to come and run a game on our channel as well. So, anyway, Cool.
Wait, someone already giving you a GM reroll?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you crazy people doing?
Bye, Makovsky.
Not going to
So,
save you, Pete.
the last thing I have to say is come over and check us out at Garblag Games. We do loads of games over there, Tuesdays and Thursdays on GMT-friendly time zones. And early afternoons if you're feeling a bit lazy at work in the US and you want to have a bit of an easy afternoon, and you can watch us at 3 or 4 or 5 p.m. depending on which one you're in over there. We have a previous Alien show, LV832, Zero Prospect over there, and an 8-part series that was supposed to be 4 parts. And that was a hell of a lot of fun. We got a lot of the rules wrong. Well, not a lot of the rules, a couple of the rules wrong, but it made it lots of fun. And this
It's
show,
the reason it lasted to 8 shows.
yes, that is, and re-rolls from viewers. This show is in the same universe, the Garblag universe of Alien, but not directly linked to that. So you don't have to watch that show to enjoy this show. But there may be 1 or 2 things in it that if you have seen LV832, you go, ooh. Okay, so last week on, here we go, let's go over to the map screen, shall we? Last week on Desolation's Edge, does anyone want to do a recap? Does anyone want to do a recap, or should I do a recap?
Roger.
Oh,
Roger's
Roger's
muted, so
muted
we can't.
himself. There you go. Dan's
You'll have
doing
to
it.
do
Go
it.
on, Dan. Give us a quick synopsis, Dan.
I was actually just pointing at Roger saying you're on mute, but okay. So we came out of sleep in our ship, the Cherenkov.
Yep.
Cherenkov.
Yeah, that one. And we flew into a system. We're here because there was no equalization from the miners. Not really miners.
Prospectors.
Prospectors, that's the
Yep.
one. There's a proper official term for them.
Yep.
And we were on our way to Zorilsk station to find out what was going on. We've gone over there. There's some people missing. There's a weird gravitational field in all of these debris fields. And so one part of we did a split. We've already split the party, which is dangerous. So one part of our crew is gone out to find Zander. I think that was his name.
Yep. Ruben Zander.
Ruben Zander, who is also the person who's reprogrammed the Working Joe units. And when they got to his little ship, it was alongside another large ship, which was Wayland Utah?
No, LaSalle Bionational.
LaSalle Bionational, which is another big company.
Yes.
And they found his ship, but standing in the ship was a Working Joe, but had no skin, just had his glowy eyes.
Yep.
Meanwhile, back on Zorilsk Station, we're looking for a lady named Ileana who's landed her ship.
Alina.
Alina, sorry, thank you.
That's okay.
And she is currently missing, and nobody knows where she is. And the Working Joes are acting a little bit funny. Some of them are wearing wigs, and they shouldn't be. And one of them has just gone running past, and Makovsky currently has a shotgun in his face.
So we left. So we'll go to our chaps at Zorilsk Station. Just to recap where we were. So what I can show you is we have a new map. This is the main floor of Zorilsk Station. Hopefully our viewers can see this. At the weekend, this map will become available for our Adventurer tier patrons. Another plug there. You can already get our system map on the Patreon right now. This one will be up at the weekend. And what we can see is various things dotted around on the map. You, Solaris, you had gone down a floor briefly with Semiradov.
Yep.
Down to investigate, and you just started looking around downstairs, and you'd got your motion tracker out because you'd started to get a bit worried. When you kind of scanned back upstairs, and you saw that there were Makovsky and the 4 Working Joes, or Joseph, Joanne, Josephine, and Joey, as Ruben Zander has renamed them, and given them various different looks to distinguish them. But otherwise, they're all just the same. They're all exactly the same model. Joey had an accident in the power core and had lost an arm just above the elbow. And Josephine had lost had a damaged voice box, so was able to perform tasks but couldn't speak. And Makovsky, you were fiddling around with Joseph, who had a big moustache, his wiring to see if you could figure out what's going on. It was quite complicated, and you hadn't quite got to the bottom of it when you saw Josephine run past so fast. Not usual for a working Joe, because they normally just walk around, you know. Ran past, wig falling off in the corridor, and you said, "Oh, what's going on with Josephine?" And working Joseph had leveled the shotgun at you and said, "Working Josephine has damaged her voice box. Otherwise, she is operating within normal parameters." And then said it again and again, quite insistently. And you found that quite strange. And you felt something was about to occur when you saw Solaris had rushed back upstairs and brought on by the one moving very fast, but had stepped around the corner and seen you there with Joseph pointing a shotgun at you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in slightly to this map so we can, sorry, it's a bit jumpy on the screen for our viewers. And I've kind of realized that the central bit looks a bit like an Akira class from Star Trek, accidentally seeding Star Trek in my game. So we have Solaris here. We have Makovsky here. You guys should have control of your tokens. Yep. The red token, not because he's a real enemy or anything. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but Joseph's there with the shotgun, so you know which one Joseph is. Joanne is standing next to you passively. She's been guiding you around, showing you a few of the rooms. And Joey is in the refectory, number 5. And Josephine, who I've coloured yellow, has run into the main chamber here, which is where you'd met Semiradov and where big meetings happen between the prospectors. It's a large chamber. There's various tables in there. There's computers, there's screens, all kinds of stuff, and you'd been in there before. I think Horatio left behind one of his little balsa wood beehives there as well, probably. Yeah. So that was probably left behind there as well. Wherever you see a white diamond, that is a security camera. Wherever you see a red triangle with an up arrow, that is an emergency evacuation hatch. All of the rooms have doors, so although they are black empty corridors, say that the entrance into number 5, they have doors, but where you see a door, that means there is a pressure door. Yeah, so it seals and you can cycle environment between those points. Anything that doesn't have black but is white is services. So for example, this line here is vents between corridors.
Well, we won't need to worry about them. It's just a vent.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a vent.
Yeah, nothing ever happens in an event.
No, I mean, it's not enough room, is there?
And here we have access down. There's an elevator shaft with stairwell going down. So Solaris, you'd gone down that flight of stairs just over here. Semiradov had stayed downstairs because you'd kind of run off to go and see what was going on. And you come out into the corridor and you can see, and I'm not going to make you draw initiative against a working Joe because working Joes are slow. They are really slow. So if you ever go up against any working, not that that might happen, but if you were to ever go up against a working Joe in combat, you would go before them. I'm not even going to make you draw cards for that because they are so slow and cumbersome.
One of them seems pretty nippy, though.
It's strange. Solaris, so you come out into the corridor and you see working Joseph getting very intent with Makovsky and leveling the shotgun at him. And working Joseph is between you and Makovsky. So what would you like to do, Solaris? I think he's just going to roll the dice, isn't he? Oh, he's already done it. There you go. Have you gone full? Did you go full auto?
No.
Ah.
But I am just going to shout, Makovsky, get down!
Okay. Shit. It's kicking off. Right, we're in combat then. Okay, so
I don't like
right, so
armed working Joes.
So you fired and you got 3 successes. So that's 2 more than you needed. So what do you want to do with your 2 extra points?
Damage.
You can make it
Yeah,
drop something.
You can make him drop his gun.
I will definitely
yeah.
make him drop the shotgun.
Okay.
That seems important.
Okay. So the shotgun falls out of his hand, and the other point you want to use for damage?
Yep.
Okay. So, oh, hang on, I haven't set this.
Maybe the
chapter.
hand falls out of the shotgun.
Ding.
Sorry, I'm just.
Expert marksmanship.
Here we go. Setting.
Oh, the stories you'll tell, Solaris.
Oh god.
Facing
already
down at the
working up
deadly
to one.
working Joe.
Okay, right. Visible to editors. That's right. You can't see how many hit points he's got. How can you?
Nope.
But you can see his bar.
I cannot.
can't see his bar.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't make it. Here we go. I need to make the text. Sorry about this, everybody. We get to see the fun. Visible to editors. There we go.
The magic behind the curtain.
The magic. There we go. Can you see the bar?
Yeah.
Can you see the number?
No.
Good. Right. Okay. So you come out and you're like with your AK-147, and it's a couple of rounds fire out of it, and you do. Oh, I've got to roll his armor first. Sorry. Here we go.
Oh, you don't need.
I need to roll his armor. Okay. Makovsky, I'd like you to take a point of stress.
Oh god, here we go. That's what he started mounting up.
I'm trying to save you.
You're killing a working Joe. Who am
Right,
I?
how did I do? Let's have a look.
You
Nothing.
did badly.
Nothing.
Okay, I'm going to save my reroll for a bit later. Okay. This isn't that important. So Joseph takes 3 damage. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. And more importantly, his shotgun flies out of his hand. You actually shoot him in the hand. And Makovsky, you're quite impressed by Solaris's aim. Clearly a skilled gunman. And the shotgun flies and rattles across the floor. And the working Joseph kind of looks down and looks across and kind of looks directly at Solaris and then starts to move towards him. Makovsky, did you want to do something? Because you can go before him as well.
So he's turned his back to me. Does that mean he's exposed his wires again and stuff to me?
Yeah. The bit where you were accessing all the code and things. Yep.
Do I think I could grab in there and pull some stuff out that would stop him from being able to move?
Yeah, I'll let you make a melee attack, a close combat attack with a +3, because you're like going for the vitals.
Okay, +3. Do I need to, now? Does this one? Do I need to write +3 or just 3?
3.
Just 3. Okay.
I think so. Here we go. Ho ho!
I'm going to use my special ability to ignore the facehugger.
That's
the long haul.
Oh really?
Yes.
On your first roll?
Yes.
Because I tell you what, you have to make a panic test. But at the moment, what's your stress?
2.
Well, you only fail your activity if you roll a 10 or more on your panic
Oh, okay.
test.
Then in which case I
So
won't
you might just get the shakes or something, or you might
Yeah.
get nothing. So why don't you roll your panic
Okay,
test?
I'm rolling my panic.
Okay, you're fine.
So I'm fine,
No, you
I'm
shrug
fine.
it off. This unnerves you. You have a working Joe yourself, and has
I'm
become a
upset about
close
this.
friend of yours.
Yeah, I'm upset about this.
Yeah, you plunge your fist into the naked innards of. It's like squeezing at a lung or a heart in your mind. You're tearing at those parts of the working Joe, and you do well. It's gonna be 1 point of damage, isn't it? Because you're just using effectively a punch.
Yes.
I'm gonna make that not take any armor off it because you went straight into the.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to basically stop him from moving around. I'm trying to like get the parts out.
Sure,
and
sure,
disconnect
sure.
some of his.
You need to get some criticals going on though.
Yeah.
Sharadil said, "I don't have enough points to give the Working Joe a reroll." Okay, so you do that, right, and then the Working Joe comes over and goes, "Intruder, intruder, intruder," towards Solaris, and comes forward to do a punch. So it's going to move away from Makovsky and towards Solaris, just engaging. You're all in the same zone, so that corridor is a zone. And basically just engaging with Solaris, and then goes for a punch. This is where it gets interesting. Because there's one thing that they're very good at.
They are very strong.
They are very strong.
Although my armor.
Okay. Okay, roll your armor. So it connects. And the force behind this punch, okay, the force behind this punch like nearly knocks you back. You think, fucking hell, this thing is like turns the bits of the turbine down in the bowels of this station and fixes the machinery with its bare hands. No wonder this thing is so strong. And for a moment you are afraid, and you've never you're going to take a point of stress as well, because you've never seen a Working Joe attack someone in this way. You're not aware of androids being hostile in this fashion, and it just freaks you out a little bit. Right, we're going to cut there. So the strike, and you step back and you're like, ugh. Then we cut to the face of Captain Kuznetsov in his spacesuit, floating in space, hanging on to the outside of a... Here we go, let's roll back up here so we can see where you guys are. Here we go. Lander B is very close and holding a kind of parking position in relation to Xander's little working, prospector vessel. So two-person seater, but it's got like one of those, like on long distance trucker kind of thing with a bed in the back, kind of thing. And out on the rear of it, there's like a little cargo hold. You can see there's some gear and equipment. There's like a little grabbing arm, little drill sort of thing that comes out. Various
There's no
bits and bobs.
person in there.
There is just, as you kind of get closer and get right up to it, you can see an android. It's clearly an android. It has a very simple plastic molded, heat formed kind of face shape over the metallic innards and cogs and pulleys and levers and all that kind of stuff. And it's the similar face to the Working Joe that you've seen on your ship every day, but it doesn't have the blue rubber skin on it. Someone has clearly removed it. But
I'm
it's
a little concerned about this Xander boy. I think he may be touched by space.
As you're standing there, the Working Joe pulls its other hand up and it's holding a bolt gun in its hand. You've seen these before. These are for like putting a rivet in the side of a spaceship, or last ditch, someone's trying to kill me and I'm working in the engineering deck. I'll stick this on your face and a bolt will go through the back of your head. So I'm trying to find the gear section. Here we go. And it looks like it looks confused and damaged and as if it's not working within normal parameters. Yeah, Watatsumi special. It pulls this bolt gun out that you've seen many people use as a weapon at short range. What would you like to do, Kuznetsov? Horatio and sorry, go on.
Try and calm the shuttle, the Joe in the shuttle. So I'm going to try and open the communications line to the shuttle, not to our ship, this one.
Oh, to the
Yeah,
to the
to the
android
Joe.
inside. it says intruder, intruder, intruder through the comm line.
Joe, this is rescue mission. Where is Ruben Zander?
Intruder, intruder. And it starts to press the bolt to the surface of the glass. These things, need to pressure. They're pressurized, so they need to be pressed up against something in order for them to fire. And you think the glass exterior of the window will probably not be enough to slow it down on its passage to hit you.
I shall move out of the way then.
Okay.
Because I believe I've magnetized my boots onto the side of the ship.
Yeah, onto the side. So you're kind of going to do a woo.
So matrix dodge.
Okay. Well, as I said, these things are slow. So you kind of move out of the way, and there's like you feel the vibration through your boots attached to the hull of the pod. Schneider and Horatio, you're on board the shuttle. Horatio, you've been scanning everything as the captain told you, and you're wondering where you left some of your bees. Schneider, you've had a chance to have a look at this big ship in front of you, and both of you have been able to tell that something has disturbed one of the docking areas. It looks like this ship has kind of a docking ledge kind of along the side of it, where ships can pull on and dock onto an airlock. From your scans and from your visual sensors, it looks like someone's cut through one of those airlocks.
I would assume as part of, salvaging.
Yeah, that could be what Xander's done. He's gone inside the ship.
I'll calm down to the captain. Captain, it appears that Mr. Zander has gone inside the big ship. One of the airlocks has been cut open.
He is certainly not in the shuttle. Joe inside shuttle. Broken Joe. Just tried to shoot me with bolt gun.
As you guys look at the sensors or look out the window, you can see now that the atmosphere that was inside the small pod starts to vent, and then the glass cracks and out into space in a puff with a sort of shimmer in the light of the bright star at the center of the system. Quickly lost in if you remember, the debris around you is quite glittering. This pockmarked metallic. They look like asteroids at a distance, but they're actually remnants of some vast starship, long gone and long dead. But yeah.
Do you need me to get you out of there, Captain?
Not sure. I don't know if we should try to salvage this Joe. It may have information. Maybe Makovsky can do something with it.
Is there a way to disable it?
Well, at the moment, it's going to go flying off into space if I don't grab it.
It's strapped into at the moment, it's kind of strapped in with a belt.
No, it's going to go flying off into space if I don't grab it.
Some
These
loose
are the
things.
two options.
Some loose things are like flittering out of the cab, the kind of detritus of a guy who sat in his car for way too long. Wrappers of food, ration bars, drinks,
I'll be honest with you, I'm glad I
holders, and all
cannot
kinds
smell.
of things.
You know what? I'm going to come back to the ship. We need to try and make dock with that research vessel.
I'm going to take some shots of the research vessel and see if I can. I don't know if I'd have anything on my pad which might know what it is.
You'll have like a standard library of kind of known vessels, of kind of classes of vessels. That you might encounter out there on the edge of space. The UPP has a vast intelligence network that is unrivaled by the capitalists, the vile capitalists, and the disgusting imperialists.
I've just remembered physics.
I'm
going to have to get off that ship.
Moving away
sharpish.
now. Yeah, it's moving away.
So I shall uncouple my boots and start retracting the winch.
Okay. Until then, it was just sort of pulling out a bit further, so that's probably a good thing. Oh, we're having a little bit of a connection challenge.
So I should do my magic slippers trick. Click, click.
Okay, cool.
There's no place like back on the shuttle.
Horatio, you don't get up a specific vessel, but
Yep.
you do see that this is kind of a deep space research ship. That is kind of a corporate way of saying salvage vessel, something that goes out, finds interesting things, but is very, very well equipped, because we're talking corporation here, so big money. Very, very well equipped to experiment and test upon such materials. And you know that LaSalle Bionational, everyone knows, are very interested in biotechnology. Okay, so we're going to cut back over to the station, where Solaris and Makovsky, what do you wish to do?
I'm gonna drop one hand away from my rifle, pick my baton out and smack it in the head.
Okay, so that'll be all your actions for the round. So go for it. You can do close combat. Close combat with a working Joe. Volcane UK just put, knowing Horatio, all the ships in his database are labeled not B. All right. Okay. So you hit. Okay. Excellent. So what does your
I'm
weapon
good
do?
at making things be dead.
What does your weapon
it's
do?
a broken stun baton, so now at the moment it's just a baton.
Ah, yes. Where are we? So, where's close combat weapons? Pistols, heavy weapons, close combat weapons. Here we go. Blunt instrument, knife, stun baton. Yeah, it's one. It does 1 damage. Okay. So you've done 1 point of damage. So I'm going to roll for Joseph's armor. Here we go. The viewers at home are getting to see his skills. Oh, it takes me a while to click back onto the thing. No. Okay. So again, you smash it round the head, and you knock his moustache off, and it flies off, and the kind of little adhesive on the back of it kind of sticks to the wall, to the side of you, and then just kind of flaps onto the floor. But he's like, and then when he turns, for a moment you're like, this android, is it pissed off that I just knocked his moustache off? What is going on? And it's getting ready to strike you again. Makovsky, what do you want to do? Joanne is standing there doing nothing. You can actually hear to your right, down the corridor in the main chamber, a rustling, as if someone is kind of going through lots of things. And then you hear a
So I'm gonna shout. I'm gonna be like, Joanne, detain Joseph, and then I'm gonna run over to see what Liana's doing. So I've basically told the other working Joe to stop basically Joseph from hitting Solaris.
You've just entered it into a logic circuit's feedback loop. It's like it starts to move towards Joseph, but it doesn't seem to want to restrain him. But it also seems to want to obey your command. And it's kind of like its arms are like moving kind of slowly, and you dash off down the corridor.
And
so,
can I grab the shotgun as I go? Is that where it's skidded off to down there?
No, it's gone past, unfortunately. So I mean, move yourself into. Sorry, I started moving you. Move yourself into 4.
I'm in there.
Okay.
I don't want to go like screaming through.
Yeah, no. It's just showing you're in that zone, so that's fine. You can be on the edge of it. As you get to the edge of the doorway, which is still open from the person darting in there, you see a working Joe, rustling through loads of things, and you can see a balsa box smashed on the floor. There is reports, coffee cups, pens, all kinds of stuff kind of being scattered. And this working Joe is frantically searching through this stuff. Make an observation roll.
Oh God, not something that my character is good at.
Just believe.
Oh, I always believe. I observed something.
Okay. So
Scary.
Whatever it is.
I think
scared.
I think I forgot to say that when you take a point. Do you take a point of stress when you make a panic roll? I don't think you do.
An 8.
8. Okay, right.
Yes, you do take a point of stress when you make a panic roll.
Do you?
Oh, really?
Oh no, I thought it was any specific ones that made you get an extra point of stress. Like if I start like screaming, other
Oh
people
yes,
get
no, you're right. There are certain
there's
ones that
certain
trigger,
ones that
there are
trigger
certain ones-
additional
yeah,
stress.
yeah.
But
Okay. Okay.
I
Can
get
you
an 8.
give
Am I
us stuff
am I
you-
twitching?
You tremble.
Oh,
So as you come into it, you start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops, which is a turn, or you are broken, or someone does something that ends your panic.
Okay.
But you passed. And the thing, as you run to the corner of the room and you kind of get, it's not fully open corridor like that. There is a doorway, and you can get to the edge of it.
Yeah.
So you get there and you look in, and this working Joe is rustling through these things. And as it turns its back to you, you see that down the back of the blue rubber skin there is a slit, and there is hair poking out of it, and it freaks you out, and you
Okay.
start to tremble.
I'm also going to assume it's not a working Joe. However, there's no one around I can convey that to.
But that's all. That's your action.
No.
I was going to say that's all my action.
Yeah,
isn't it?
because you've given a command to Joanne, and then you've gone over here. You could have picked up the blonde wig on your way if you wanted to. That was the only thing in the corridor.
No, I thought if the shotgun was on my way, I'd grab that, but otherwise, no.
Okay, so now it's going to be Joseph's go, and he's going to try and punch Solaris again. So here we go. Death by punching from
Joseph
Blue Robot.
doesn't like me.
Oh, right. So
I want armor.
yeah. So he's just gonna punch you for 2 damage. Oh, so a bit of damage gets through. Right, you've taken damage. Take a point of stress.
Yeah.
Let's get out of control.
There were some comments in our Discord saying there's not a lot of stress yet. And it's like, well, you have to, there's got to be a little lead in with the story, Okay, so and at that point, Semirdov, who has been downstairs, and I'll show briefly level 2 operations. Apologies for jerky screen for a moment, viewers. I will bring Semirdov, who you'll be pleased to know is represented by a green token. Not that these colours have any reference. And he steps up into the stairwell, and he just says, "What the fuck is going on?" And that's his go, because he's been climbing the stairs. Right, and we shall go back over to our intrepid cosmonauts, I should say. Sorry. Okay, so Sharadov's put, and then everything explodes. Okay, so Kuznetsov, as you push off, you give a little bit more thrust, just a fractional, in your mind, to that vessel, as that outgassing has started moving it away from your vessel. Schneider, you can see now on your screen in front of you that ship is moving away. However, the LaSalle binational vessel, which is vast, it is like a huge ship. there are like whole decks in there that are probably the size of the Zorilsk station. It's in a fairly stable position. It's obviously been caught by these gravitational eddies in this area, and it's settled into this position with these other large objects. So you think you'd have a clear run at it if you wanted to go and check it out. Horatio, somewhere in your mind you can sense bees crying. You
They'll just find another home. They'll just all move and go and find another home.
Yeah.
It's all okay, honestly.
So what do you guys want to do on the shuttle, Snyder and Horatio?
To be honest, my main concern is getting the captain back to the shuttle.
He's on a winch. He's activated the winch. You know, he's pressed the little button, and it's like a remote control, like boop, and it's like.
Okay. Can I look to see where would be the best place to dock with the ship?
Probably
Use
where
elevator music for this part of the journey.
Probably the bit where
The bit that's
docking
been ripped
ledge.
open.
Yeah, the bit that's been, well, not ripped, but like cut. So like someone with a large cutting torch. We're talking industrial scale cutting torch. You know, like in the beginning of Aliens, where
Where they break into the thing where Ripley is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well, I will basically be looking at all the gravitational readouts and planning the route there while I wait for the captain.
Is there any way of detecting if there's power, or if there's any power?
It looks
being
dead.
used?
It looks dead. From you can scan it, try your active sensors on it, and make an observation roll if you want to.
Okay.
Because you've already done your contact roll.
No. So do I think that the power units on this vessel could be plugged, hooked up to power to generate?
You would
some
need
power?
Mikovsky for that. That would require some jury rigging, lots of cabling, some duct tape, and a bit of luck.
Also swearing.
Lots of swearing. And hitting it.
Would that require some heavy machinery?
It would.
Which I have.
It would. Yeah, I know you do.
Would that require some Comtech? I have.
Yes, but it's more than a one-person job.
And
like
I'm a genius.
Stripping.
So would I think I couldn't do that?
Yeah, but you need a dog's body to do all the heavy lifting for you.
He's a genius with access to unstable bees.
You could do. It would just take you a long time on your own.
I also have heavy machinery and Comtech.
Okay, I'm not on my own.
However, wouldn't that kind of be like hooking up an AA battery to?
Yeah, it would only
reactor?
power like a very small area, or.
Well, what it was, I also have heavy machinery and Comtech.
Yeah,
you all have heavy machinery and Comtech.
Yes.
Also, is whether or not we could basically power something that would allow me to get access to data. I'm not talking about
possibly.
Powering up a part of the ship.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're not sure.
Well, the reactor
from here.
may.
But yes, you could jury rig something.
When I get back in a moment, we can fly over there and see what we can see.
I would not go.
Well, in that case, you're 100%. You're convinced. You're convinced that you definitely can.
Well, that's all I want to know. It doesn't matter if I can.
Yeah.
I can.
As a egotistical genius.
Yes.
100%.
Although the engines on that thing may be operational, they may just be off.
Yeah.
Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl.
You're now back in the hatch.
Oh, that is quick.
Yeah. Well, they've been chatting.
All right, let's go over to this biotechnical ship and see what we can see.
Okay.
What have you found out?
So you guys start heading. You guys start heading over there. Now we'll just cut back to the action on Zorilsk station. So we need Solaris. What are you doing?
This time I'm going to jam my rifle under its chin and pull the trigger.
Full auto?
No.
It's the only way to be sure.
It's a working Joe. I'll save the full auto for later.
There's not going to be a later. Everything's fine.
Right, here we go. Oh.
Ooh.
Do you want to push it?
Yes.
Take a point of stress.
Just re-roll it again. Yeah.
Yep. Just roll it again, and then afterwards add a point of stress on.
Yeah.
Apologies to viewers. I think we're having a slight 10 o'clock. Everyone gets on the internet problem in the UK. Oh, okay. So we have a panic roll. So let's roll this panic roll.
Tremble.
8. Tremble. Okay. So after this roll, everything has a -2 modification. So you put your gun up under its chin. That was full auto, was it? Oh no. So you're just like. Let's roll its
Good night,
armor.
Joe.
Now remember, you only get half armor against that, Pete, because of armor piercing.
Oh.
So he's failed every other roll so far.
That's
I know. I just
Yeah,
thought
but this
I'd
will be
remind
the
him.
roll where it matters.
Yep. So I'll just here we go. Armor -1. Submit. Nothing. Okay. So how much damage do you do?
3 points of damage.
Okay. So you do 3 points of damage, and the top of Joseph's head bursts open. The rubber skin flapping around in a mockery of real flesh. Wires, circuitry, thin pieces of well-crafted metal flip out the back of its skull, dashing across the corridor, and Joseph just stops moving. And the combat is over because you have killed working Joseph. He did get a punch on you though, didn't he? Semiradov says to you, "What is going on?"
There's a problem with your Joes. Come on, we need to find Makovsky.
This I can see. Why? Why problem with Joe's? Where is Zander? He has a lot to answer for.
We'll find him.
Okay, and as that's going on,
keep walking towards Makovsky and glare at the other Joe as I pass by.
So you kind of get round the corner. Joanne is kind of standing there and now kind of resumes a passive stance. And then after a few seconds of you see like little LEDs flashing in the eyes, it walks off in another direction down this long corridor over here, opening the door and going off down that corridor. You assume on some sort of standard. You've seen them moving around checking things while you've been here, so you assume they've got like a little pattern that they follow, that's pre-programmed for them to check various systems. So you move to the corner and you can see Makovsky kind of standing to the side of the doorway peering in, and he's visibly disturbed by something. Makovsky, what are you doing? You see, as you're watching, the bees inside this small hive hover up and around the working Joe unit and start to fly and sort of buzz around it, and it starts to swat at them.
You are clearly not working Joe.
Get up! Shit!
You are clearly missing lady.
And the thing turns around. The voice you heard was a man's voice.
Or not missing
the working
lady.
Joe turns around and looks at you, and it's like, I am functioning within normal parameters. And you can see its arms shaking.
You are not working Joe, so take off the mask.
Stay there.
Good work, Detective Makovsky.
I'm working within normal parameters. Alina is not. Alina is.
Don't make me come over there. I break you.
No, 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 don't. Why are there bees in the main chamber?
Crazy scientist. Who knows?
Where-
But you come here to me.
I need working Joe requires communication with
I'm going to stop you
Nazarova.
there.
With Nazarova. Need communication with Nazarova.
I'm going to stop you there. I have a friend with a very large gun, and he is just down this corridor.
Solaris comes up to the. I assume you're just going to walk up to the doorway,
I'll stand next to Makovsky and say, "Do you want me to shoot him in the knee?"
I don't think that will be necessary.
Semiradov is kind of standing behind, going, "What's wrong with the working? What?
This is not a working Joe."
And the working Joe's like, "No, no." You can hear this person is crying. I had to. She came back. She was wrong. She was not within normal parameters. She was not.
Who are you talking about?
Fyodorov. Prospector unit Elena Fyodorov. She came back from that ship. She came back.
From what ship?
There's a unidentified vessel is in outer debris field. You can see he's struggling with trying to maintain the fiction of being an android.
What was the ship's designation?
I don't know. It's a LaSalle binational vessel.
You must be Zander.
I am working Josephine.
Smirnov, do you recognize the man's voice?
He's standing there like he's agape. His mouth is open and he's like, we need to restrain him.
Okay. And obviously Makovsky is obviously huge.
Yeah. He's like
I said, comes
through the doorway like
yeah. Okay, I'm coming to restrain you. Don't be stupid.
I have vital duties in the maintenance of this station to perform. Please do not prevent working unit from performing. And then you come over and you
just like grabs him like that. Just kind of picks him up.
Grab Solaris is just gonna watch.
And you can hear this person is sobbing and crying and just like, no, please, I had to. She was not working within normal parameters. She was not working within normal parameters. Please,
Where is she now?
I had to cease function.
Where?
Somebody Scooby Doo.
Where is she now?
She's in the hydroponics bay.
Solaris, go with Semiradov and check this out.
Yeah.
No. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. There's something really wrong.
On board first. You contact the lander.
I will do this. I will get communications and contact the lander.
So you're leaving him in the working Joe.
Yeah, I'm just restraining him with one hand.
Okay. As you got closer now, you can see that the where the LEDs were, there's just small holes. Clearly, he was struggling seeing anything on the table, and that's why he was kind of frantically searching through all these things. You're not sure what he was looking for.
So I'm going to forcefully sit him down on one of the chairs, and then say to him, "What were you looking for?" Dear God, man, you are a man of UPP. Gather yourself. Don't be so foolish.
She's dead.
Who is dead?
Prospector unit Elena Fyodorov. She's dead. I ceased function. I had to cease function. She was not working within normal parameters. So, he kind of collapses onto the floor, kind of leaning up against the desk that he was searching. And you can see now there's various reports, various documents that are clearly from equalization sessions, various things going on there. Maybe he was looking for the latest grid that someone was going to be searching, or where they were, or something. You don't know. Clearly, this fellow is suffering from some sort of mental health issue, and he's kind of collapsed on the floor and is now crying inside the working Joe rubber skin. Solaris and Samirodov, you guys go off to the hydroponics, or are you staying there?
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
as you go
we'll
off, Makovsky's going to communicate to the lander.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
As I walk off, I'm going to tell the other bloke a story about the last time I got involved with working Joes and why I really hate them, and ended
This
up
one
having to
time
put
at
my
Working Joe
entrenching
camp.
tool in its head.
Okay. Would your banter skill,
It's just a normal day.
your banter talent, do you have to have a certain amount of time in which you do it? Does it say? I put all the rules in there.
2 steps for every turn spent in a safe place. So if this counts as a safe place,
I will. Yeah, I think Solaris is probably too on edge right now. He's just been told someone's been killed and something's wrong, and this guy believes he's a working Joe. I don't think that Solaris would necessarily consider this a safe space. I don't know if you feel that's. How do you feel about that?
seems fair.
Yeah.
I think Solaris doesn't consider anything a safe space.
So I tell you what we'll do is, you've just taken out a threat though. So what I'll say is you can reduce it by 1 step. Okay. So like a half effect. And Makovsky, you can hear this banter going on as Solaris is walking down the corridor, and this brings back to you a familiarity of your life on board the Cherenkov, the boring, the mundane.
That's my plan.
And you lose a point of stress.
Amen. Back down to 1.
Okay. So he's on the floor, and you start to communicate to the lander. Okay, I could cut to the lander before you get through though. So you guys are on board the lander. What are you up to? Kuznetsov, you're now inside the shuttle properly.
We're flying to try and dock with the ship.
Okay. So
that's what the captain wanted.
Okay, so as you approach, we have an exterior space shot of your small shuttle floating, drifting, achingly slow along the side of the underneath of a large vessel. Lots of prongs, sensor arrays, various bits, sticking out from the outside of the ship. It's not smooth hulled. It's fairly high tech from your perspective. And as you're getting closer, Kuznetsov and Horatio, you're thinking there's going to be some really cool salvage on this vessel. And as you get to the area with the docking, there's kind of a docking ledge. Although you don't actually settle on the ledge, there's like a space laid out between various prongs, sensors, and compartments that extrude from the side of the hull. And there's kind of this nice slot with sort of docking ports for shuttles. And the one thing that is fairly standard across a lot of the cultures is the airlock, just for emergency purposes and standard designs. So you are pretty sure that your ship.
That's what big airlock wants you to think.
Muck airlock. Oh, they're talking about giving me rerolls. Give Pete all rerolls. And then Naradzeka said, whoever watched previous Alien game run by Pete knows that is not a good idea. Yeah, so anyone who's joined us recently, what we're doing is 1,000 free league points for a player reroll, hashtag their character name in the chat, and 2,000 free league points. There are various options for those to give me a reroll. This is more in line with what we tend to do on Garblag Games, and just giving you a little view of how we run our shows. Okay.
Well,
Cool.
I'm not taking off the suit because I figure that I'm going to be going onto that ship in a minute. If there's no atmosphere there, the suit's probably a better idea.
Okay.
I'll pop open the visor so that I can get ship air.
Sure. Take a deep breath and put it back down. Schneider, you're approaching the area. Let's have a. Although this area itself is quite clear, you are the gravitational anomaly that's in this area is quite disturbing to your senses, and there's a little bit of interference. So no modifier, but we just need a piloting roll.
Do I get any bonuses because I was pre-planning this while I was waiting for the captain?
You looked for a good place to land but failed, didn't you? Last
That
time?
was before. That was in the last session.
Oh yes, yeah.
That was
Okay.
last week.
Yes, sorry. So you get a +1. Horatio, do you want to be doing anything as you're approaching?
No.
Okay. As you start to get closer, that's enough. You maneuver the ship, turn it round, start to bring it in. You are 20 meters away from the airlock when the communication panel goes. You're being hailed from Zorilsk station.
I'll answer it. Boonk. Yeah.
Hello, Schneider.
Yeah.
This is Makovsky.
What is it I'm landing?
Where are you landing?
Let
Do you
me
have
take the call. You fly the ship.
I'll hit transfer.
Makovsky, what is problem?
We have found Xander, or what I think is Xander.
How can you have found Xander when he is on research vessel?
What research vessel?
The biotechnic research vessel. We found creepy skinless unit out here in shuttle. So he is on ship, yes?
Yet, he is with us on station, and he is wrapped in Working Joe's skin.
Ah, that is where the skin has gone. He is a
Do not-
strange little man.
Captain, do not enter the ship,
Are you sure? Why?
because he has had a mental breakdown. This never happens with Working Jaws. I don't know how to handle the situation. But he has mental breakdown. He said lady went on ship and something bad happened to her and he has killed her.
So ship
Oh.
is center of problem.
Potentially, Captain. But
So we need to identify.
that's your call, Captain. I give you information. You do with it as you please.
No, information is good.
Potentially.
What else
dangerous
have you found?
situation.
Have you found woman yet?
Yet. Solaris has gone with Smirnov. I cannot pronounce his name. He's not Working Jaw, so I don't understand.
All the names are on the map, on the level 1 map of the. It shows you where their quarters are, so you know their names.
I mean, Makovsky doesn't really care for humans in
Sure.
general anyway. So
Yeah. No, that's fine. I just thought I'd say.
Look,
just in case.
identify what is going on with Xander if he is there. Find out about what happened to woman. We will go on ship and investigate. I will take Schneider and Horatio with me.
Okay, Captain, but please be careful.
We will take guns.
That seems appropriate.
Okay, so the shuttle flies in, and you feel through the hull, and you can hear now the internal clang.
Horatio, start suiting up.
Start suiting up.
Okay, so you get your suits on, and while you're all prepping, we'll go back over to Zorilsk station. Solaris, if you'd like to move your token down onto level 2, I will show our viewers the second floor.
Oh God, I've just got the
We
scene
come
from
in there somewhere.
Batman and Robin
Yes.
when they suit up.
With the nipples on the.
Only it's
the nipples
Horatio
on the
who's
suit.
got the bat nipples on the space
Oh, of
suit.
course, it's Horatio.
They're shaped as bees.
Yeah, little bees.
So that stairwell actually opens either way to
All right.
into
Well,
the food storage area that adjoins
Into
hydroponics,
hydroponics.
or into that corridor. For our viewers, this second level of operations of Zorilsk Station will also be available on the Patreon at the weekend, if you want to check that out. And you can see various areas there. You're not aware that there's a back door yet, but there is a back door you didn't see it. If you remember, when you came in, it's a very cold, icy exterior, blowing with wind. Think Outpost 31 in the Thing, that kind of thing. It's hard to see what's going on around.
I'm Spanish. Stop sending me to all these cold places.
And in this, now on the map, just to show, those large black areas aren't just giant rooms. There are kind of divisions in there and bits going on, but in the vein of kind of zones and that kind of thing, I've left it kind of a bit theatre of the mind, so we can play with what's going on in those areas. But the 2 5 numbered rooms are food storage, and this is long-term, long life food storage. And there is also in the bigger chamber a food resynthesis system, which has inputs from the sewer lines coming from the habitat sections from upstairs. Hey, yeah, and that's the emergency store. That's the emergency situation. But in here, you can see there are loads of cans, loads of tins, boxes, cases, canisters, loads of stuff going on. Clearly, they're bringing ice from the planet down and melting it to have a water supply. And you can see an area where they've got a large water reservoir, and they're melting ice into that and all that kind of stuff, which is a handy thing about this location, this planetoid that they're on. But it's kind of, you're moving between tall shelving units of lots of things stacked on them, and it's fairly dark in here. There are light, you can switch the lights on if you want to, and if you do, there are kind of, those kind of too bright strip lights. They're a bit too bright down the between the standing shelves in this kind of storage area.
Solaris will hit the lights as it goes past.
Okay, I'll bring Semirodov down as well.
Yeah. Solaris is just following Semirodov to the hydroponics bay.
Okay. Solaris, make an observation roll. Okay, good. No panic. As you're walking through that area, you notice a bee fly past you. And I assume you're heading towards the hydroponics at the back. You'd kind of poked your head into this area just like initially earlier on, but you'd heard what was going on upstairs. Are you getting your motion tracker out? Sorry, you did that. I thought you were getting your motion tracker.
Originally I had it out.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
At the moment, Solaris kind of just assumes that.
I don't think we should use motion trackers. Motion trackers just make it worse.
Yeah, give you stress before you get there. Okay, so
Solaris assumes Sander's gone space nuts and murdered her.
Semirodov says, "I'll go through that door. You go through that door." He sort of points to the lower, or should we go through the same door?
Why don't we both go through the same door? What are you expecting?
I don't know. I don't know what to expect. We've just seen Xander working Joskin. Anything could be.
You know what it's like out here in the dark. Sometimes people go nuts.
This is true. I did not know he was suffering so bad. I failed as team leader. I think of not now.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so you guys go into the hydroponics chamber, and you can see there are kind of raised beds. There's some airponics going on with the roots kind of exposed stuff, and then there's like large beds of things growing. This is a big chamber, and actually a lot of this chamber is actually quite open, and over each one there is like small UV kind of strip light lamps set up. Imagine if you've seen Voyager, Star Trek Voyager, you know, their little hydroponics bay, which was like, this could feed one person for a year. We feed the whole ship out of this. Yeah, it's like that, but on a realistic scale. It's like, you know, a lot of it's not full, so there's like empty troughs and beds and things kind of stretching out into the distance. And with your observation roll, you can see that kind of halfway down, near the last planted bed, with, it looks like some sort of cereal crop growing in it. So it's quite tall, kind of standing plants. You can see a shape on the floor by that area.
Well, looks like we found her. Let's go check.
Yes, yes. I will take point. And he moves a bit closer. He's got a pistol and a torch, so he's kind of like doing the old, you know, hand over hand thing. And you guys approach, and you can see as you get closer that there is the body of a woman, and she is clearly dead. Her skull has been crushed, and the interesting thing is that there is a strange black residue around sort of the wound. And as you kind of see that, you look down and you can see that there are several cases, like these look like, I don't know, biohazard containment cases with logos on the side that maybe say LaSalle Bionational. And one of them is open, and inside you can see a kind of weird, looks like a plant, maybe with large buds or eggs, probably hand-sized, about this big, and this kind of black dusty stuff has kind of spread onto the plants in the hydroponic bed, and kind of the first 2 foot of whatever maize or corn or whatever this is going to turn into has started to go a crusty black, and strange nodules have grown off the side of it. And as you're standing there, you can see it's moving up the plant, the surface of the plant, through the fibers of the plant. And Samirodov kind of gets closer.
Got time enough to grab him and yank him backwards? Or...
We will have a mobility roll. As he steps forwards, some of the pods on the plants puff, and a mist of spores come out. And this mobility roll which you've passed is for you to get out of the way of the spores. So your nervous energy from what's going on makes you judder and step back, and you're like, ah. You see Samirodov go, and some of this stuff rushes up into his nostrils, his eyes and his mouth, sort of like, and he's like, I think I got it off. He turns around to look at you. Is there something on my face?
Oh, good. I'll look at him.
He shines a light on his face. You can't see anything on his face. It looks fine.
I'll look at him and the crates at the bottom and go, you wait there a second. I'll just get Makovsky.
Right. I I will wait here. He steps like marks out a few steps back, and kind of stands there. Alina,
I'm gonna go back into the food storage unit and call Makovsky.
Okay, so you go into that unit and you call Makovsky.
Have you heard from the ship yet?
Yes, they are going on to a big ship. It sounds like the one that Xander and the lady were at.
Yeah, they seem to have brought something back from it as well.
What do you mean
This
they
is,
brought something back? I mean, they are
jars of
prospectors.
black goo. It's, I don't know. It's not good. Do they have an identification on the ship?
I think they said LaSalle something or other. Yeah, it's a big ship.
God damn it. Okay, I'm coming up. You stay there.
Sure, I'm smoking cigarette. I have my vodka. I'm fine.
You can hear a gentle kind of Xander's like fallen into a weird sleep, and you can hear like a gentle kind of snoring.
Ah, like a little baby, like a little
No,
wackadoodle
it
baby.
sounds troubled.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Solaris, you're going to go back up.
Can I lock the hydroponics bay in any way?
Yeah, I'll let you be able to lock it. It wouldn't. They're like interior doors, so
Yeah,
he could like smash his way out if he wanted to. You know.
But that would
Yep.
be difficult for a normal person. So I don't
for a normal
expect that
person.
to happen. That's fine. That's nothing to worry about.
Okay. Cool. Right. And you go over, and the camera focuses in on your hand as you kind of lock the door, and then we'll cut over to the airlock opening. Your own internal thing is kind of flashing, decontaminating. You've pulled down your little interior bulkhead, so you've maintained pressure inside the shuttle, and I believe Kuznetsov and Horatio are standing in your little airlock.
Should I go first? Expendable 1 and all that?
No, don't be ridiculous. You're a scientist. You're there to back me up with describing what it is we find.
Am I not coming, Captain?
Schneider, you should be coming too.
Okay, you're all going. Sorry, I didn't because you said you two were suiting up. I thought.
Are there any guns on board?
Have you got any guns? You can have a pistol.
Okay.
Cool.
I will suit up and then pull out
Your
a pistol
own
from
pistol.
somewhere on the ship.
Because Netsov has got like an AK-147 and something or other, haven't you?
I've got a pistol. I figured we'd have like some bigger guns on the
If
lander.
you click on your gear, you've got multiple weapons. Just like with talents, you should have multiple weapons.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I have got an AK-147.
Yeah. Which is basically a UPP pulse rifle.
Captain, I haven't got a gun.
That is correct.
Okay. So so Schneider, you positioned at the airlock that had been cut, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video
Horatio.
camera.
Can we take torches and that kind of thing?
Yeah, sure.
I figured we had torches mounted on top of the
Yeah,
spacesuit.
yeah, you've got torches on your
I'm going to
spacesuit.
mount my video camera on my suit.
Okay.
I've got a special bit on my suit.
Your gaffer tape. It's double-sided sticky tape.
No, it's 3D printed.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I like it. Your bees manufactured it for you.
Yeah. Wax.
3B printed? No, sorry.
Did you see they found a nest of murder hornets in the States that
Yes.
had 200 queens in it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't give him ideas.
I've already seen it. Too late.
Damn it.
Stream died. And now ads. Oh, are we having a problem?
Have you lost much?
No, looks like we're still there. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think some people are having connection issues. Sorry. We shall continue. Okay, so you're all leaving the ship. Excellent. and you are going in through the cut. Horatio, it occurs to you, now that having checked all the sensor logs and everything, that this would require a large cutting torch, like an industrial laser cutter or something.
Yeah.
And the small ship you saw outside did not have one.
Okay.
This is not a little hand, little dude
Yeah,
with a.
yeah.
This is like someone with a prospector vessel with a built-in
With a yeah,
cutting torch, like the one you saw back at the base.
on the other ship.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've docked, and you're going in through the open space. As you do, you can see inside that there is a an airlock chamber, obviously a cycling, chamber. The interior door, there has been some sort of hacking gone on there. The panel to the side of it has pulled open. Maybe a pneumatic interior hand pump has been used, and the interior airlock door is a 2 foot, 3 foot open, and enough space for someone just in a spacesuit to squeeze
This
through.
is some pretty shoddy work here. They call themselves prospectors. They're clearly not very good at salvage. So seriously, this could have been done with industrial torch. What a mess. We must remember to teach them how to actually open doors. What is wrong with this?
This is a big, again, another big, quite a big door, but yeah, it does look like someone's.
Even just run a bypass, people. Come on.
So they could have tried knocking.
Also a possibility, but you know what these big corporations are like. They don't like polite visitors.
Is there any way I can plug in this small power supply to this door and jack it so we can actually activate?
Oh, we can already go through this ridiculous hole.
Yeah. But you can't bring anything bigger than that.
If you want to hook up your power supply of your shuttle to their ship,
no, can I use my PDAT power supply? Because all I'm doing is hooking it up to the
He just wants to hack the door.
Literally, just
yeah,
so I can basically hook it up.
But what we'll have to do then is we'll have to give your PDAT a power rating of 6.
Yeah, that's fine.
And because I feel this is a situation where you're going to be using that,
yes,
and we will see what happens to the power supply of your PDAT as you go in.
Yeah.
As you go into the chamber, this is a room obviously for leaving this large spaceship, and there are cabinets on the side walls that are. Oh, you've just done it 6 times.
You did.
Food supply. Well.
All right. Did I? Nice.
The cabinets are, some of them are open. They're kind of lockers type things, and you can see that there are kind of lightweight compression suits like the ones that you have, which would give you armor 2 and air. Is it 5 you've got, Kuznetsov?
I've got air 5, yes.
Okay, so if you've got Schneider and Horatio, if you can set your air rating to 5 and your armor to 2.
Oh.
Okay.
Won't be needed.
Okay, in the center of the chamber, there is a large, what looks like a container, like a briefcase or like a large supply container, something that's got like latches on the sides and would have a flip up, like a high-tech chest almost kind of thing, and it's got LaSalle binational symbols all over it, and it's kind of sitting there, discarded, forgotten, in the middle of the airlock.
That's a mimic.
Also,
would it fit through? Would it fit through the hole?
I locked the shuttle as we left because I know there's a skinless.
Don't worry with individual boxes. I don't know why
that little shuttle pod is just drifting off into space now.
Yeah, I'm not chancing it.
Okay, cool. You lock the shuttle. Boop, boop.
Don't worry about individual boxes. We need to identify the contents of the ship. We are professionals, not like these amateurs. So we need to find central computers, engine room maybe, see if we can get some of the ship back online, run diagnostics, identify exact contents, power couplings, all of the ship's primary systems. If anything can be salvaged, Then we start thinking about what we do. But for now, we're not bothering with individual boxes.
The box says on it, biosciences.
Yes, great. His biotechnical company is going to have bioscience boxes. Horatio, focus.
Have I
Do
ever
not
seen a ship
open
like this?
individual boxes. We need to get to central systems.
Schneider, you have seen a couple of ships like this before, large.
Been on one?
No. So you guys are going to make your way through the airlock into the next chamber.
Mhm.
Okay. So you go through into a large corridor that connects a series of airlocks. This clearly is a main access point for salvage, survey vessels to launch from this bigger ship, which you assume would dock, sort of move into a system, and then it would drop out. A few smaller vessels which are more maneuverable can go into nooks and crannies of asteroids and that kind of thing. You are very aware that none of those ships are currently docked at those locations.
Well, ship is empty. I imagine people try to use them to fly away.
As you walk a bit further down the corridor, you get to a interior secure door, and this door looks like someone has actually power hacked the door, and it is open. And you can tell this because remember in Aliens when Hudson gets his little thing out and pulls the thing down, there's still little clamps attached to the interior of the lock stuff, but it looks like someone in a hurry has pulled the whatever gear was on the end of it off, and the door is just a fraction not closed. So you can see a little bit of the door still poking out of the slot. All three of you, please make observation rolls.
Hey, another roll I'm rubbish at. Not that rubbish.
Hey. What did you get, Kuznetsov? I don't think it's appeared on my...
There we
we
go.
Okay, so you all got one observation, one success on your observation roll. So as you go in through the doorway, you see that other door open, and you can see now on the floor there is a very fine trace of what look like droplets or something on the floor. A very dark. The light, because the lighting in here is quite stark, you can't tell whether it's grease, blood, paint, something black. You're not sure. There's a dark droplets on the floor, sort of cut, and there's more of them by the doorway that you can see.
I look down to shine the torch on it.
It's a sort of viscous black liquid, very small droplets.
I wouldn't tread in it. God knows what they're working on in here.
No, we try to avoid anything we are unfamiliar with. Is there any computer access in here, Horatio?
There looks like there's a computer to one side. Yep, in the kind of corridor.
Okay.
Can you all make air supply rolls, please? Okay, so Kuznetsov, your air supply goes down by 1.
I suppose in fairness, I did do a spacewalk.
You are, remember, this also represents that it not necessarily just there your supply could have been badly formatted, there could be a problem with your suit, all that kind of stuff could crop up from your supply rolls. So you never know what fun might happen. So you're kind of going into this deserted vessel. It's fairly dark, just your torches panning around, and you're gonna go over to the computer, Horatio.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll basically go and
I'm going to guard him while he's doing it.
I'll see if I can just turn it on, or if not, then I'll power it.
Same. I'll be looking around.
with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down to there.
1990,
would
Lord Fallon.
merengue
Do you want
and
Comtech
do
or do you want-
cha-cha.
A Comtech roll.
And while she tried to be a star, Tony always tended bar.
Okay, cool. Right, so you're going to hook your PDAT up to the to the thing. Right, let's have a power roll for your PDAT. So it goes down by one, which makes sense because you've just plugged it into a computer system. This is a docking system terminal for these airlocks and the survey vessels for the ship, which is called the Endeavour.
Okay. Has it got any other? Has it got any basic information on it?
It seems to be. This is quite a local system. There is some access to communications, and
I mean, has it got like basic information like evacuation protocols?
For this area, yes. Yeah. For this areas, there is a there isn't a internal deck plan on this computer system. It seems to be a fairly dedicated. If you remember, we're in retro future. It's fairly dedicated to these docking systems. They seem to maybe it's a redundancy system, like a secondary backup system. They may be controlled from a bridge somewhere, but you can do it from this location as well.
Can I do the air supply in this area? Can I close the doors? Or
yeah, you would need to give power to the doors to try and close them.
Oh, let's not do that.
We want central computer access, really.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not living in the modern world, the real modern world.
So
It's
using my genius brain of geniusness and the fact that I saw the outside of the ship, could I take a guess at which way to go?
So, a lot of ships do have their bridge either at the top or at the front.
Yeah.
And this being a research vessel, you're probably thinking it's probably at the top. And that it would be central in the top deck, and you're kind of halfway up the vessel, and you think there's probably maybe 10 floors above you.
Okay.
It's a big ship, and you are thinking in your head as well. Every door between here and there is sealed and shut and locked. You may be able to find a nearby room that has more computer access, though. That if you could power it up, it might be connected to the main computer. And clearly, you're also thinking, Horatio, whoever came out of that door had some cool stuff from some sort of bio sample room. So that's got to be nearby.
Yeah. But,
across the crowded floor, they work from 8 till 4.
So there should be some. So if so, there should be where the lockers were. It may be worth. There should be some kind of a. No, it's fine. I think we just.
While you're standing there, everyone make observation rolls, please. Just a check from you guys. Are you on the Free League channel? Anyone?
Yeah.
Is it streaming okay?
Looks like it.
Okay, my 4G is just playing up then here. That's all. Oh. Okay. Horatio and Schneider, you hear in far away through echoing down a few corridors.
Captain,
that was weird.
There's something in here.
Schneider and Horatio take a point of stress. And we're going to cut back over to the station. And at that point, we're actually going to take a short break. Because I need to pop inside. Did
I notice anything with that as well? Was it just the 2 successes that you need?
It was. You needed to be a fairly good roll to hear what was going on.
No problem.
Okay.
It is difficult to hear when you're singing Copacabana.
Okay.
You're doing it so well.
Excellent. Okay, right.
We'd try
So
and sing 99 Red Balloons in German, but it wouldn't go well.
okay, so please don't go anywhere. We're going to come back very soon to see who dies first, and and hopefully you guys in chat are enjoying the show. If you are, please do come over and check out Garblag Games as well. If you're not one of our regulars, we've seen a bunch of you guys are there supporting us in the chat, so thank you. We're just going to pop and refresh our drinks and stuff. You guys go and get another snack, another drink, and we will be back very soon for part 2 of episode 2 of Desolation's Edge. Bye bye. See you soon. Hello, we are back, and we were in. Well, our lander team had headed out to the South national ship that's sort of sitting in space somewhere over here, and I just heard something creepy going on in the dark corridors of the abandoned ship. So obviously that was the perfect time to cut away from them. And this is why in the rulebook it says you should split your party up as much as possible, because then you can switch between them. And time continuity can go a little bit out of the window. As long as it makes a good story, who cares? Go to the J.J. Abrams School of Internal Consistency. Oh, sorry. Right, so we cut back over to Zorilsk Station on the habitation deck. And Solaris, have you gone back up? Or are you you're waiting?
Going up.
Okay.
But is there somewhere on the station where a message could potentially be sent from?
From the main chamber has got the communications array, or the sensor array, the comm relay down number 8 on the habitation level, which is
I'm gonna
I always
head
have
down
to
there
have
first.
Ben will know about this. I always like to have a comm relay down a really long corridor,
narrow corridor
on its own.
Yeah, you've got to walk down the comm relay.
Yeah. Okay.
Solaris is going to walk down there.
Safest place in the station, mate.
So you're going to go down to the comm relay?
Yeah, down to here.
Okay, when you go into that corridor, the working Joe has actually moved into the chamber beneath the comm relay. So if you remember, you saw some dishes up above. This is kind of the innards underneath. You can send communications from here. You can also fix it, repair it, swap bits out, all that kind of stuff. This is your kind of access. And as you walk in, you have a brief moment where the working Joe turns around to look at you, but then turns back, and you are like,
all the way down to the end down there?
Yeah, you're in the room. Yeah, you're in the room. Down the end.
I'll turn to one of the consoles, but with one eye on Joe, the working Joe.
Mm-hmm. You notice that there is a security camera in here, and there was one in the corridor that was panning left and right, tracking the room. Okay, what do you want to do in the comm relay?
I would like to send a message on a UPP military channel.
Okay, to
the UPP.
Okay, right. Okay, cool. Right. Cool.
Do you want me to send the message to you in the stream?
Or we can do.
Do you want us to take these
off?
Hey,
everyone take their headphones off. We can do that. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. So who are you sending a message to, Lewis?
To the MSS, the Ministry of Space Security.
Yep. Okay, cool. And what are you sending?
And Solaris is just going to send a brief message that says, LaSalle bionational ship located, Zorilsk station potentially compromised, await clear order.
Okay, so you send that message off.
Yep. And then I will.
Well, you send that off. You're going to wait for a response, or are you going to head off?
No, then I'm going to wander back to Makovsky so that.
Okay. Okay. So Makovsky, Solaris comes into the room. You're You've just finished communicating with the guys on the lander, and you kind of check that Xander is okay. It kind of slumps on the floor, and you kind of, I don't know if you want to make him comfortable or not. That's up to you. Because it's kind of like a working Joe right now.
A working Joe would be comfortable just standing up. So
that's true.
Laying on a cold floor, he's probably fine.
Okay.
Right?
What in the few minutes you've got before Solaris gets there? What would you like to do in the main chamber?
Gone and gathered up a shotgun because I'm feeling slightly uneasy. So I would have gone back out to where that worker Joe shotgun went on the floor.
Okay. So you actually meet in the corridor.
Yeah.
Let's have a mobility roll from you, Makovsky, to see if you get out there quick enough to see him come back from the comm relay or not.
It's very unlikely with mobility 1.
Please be sticky. Please be sticky. Please
Yes!
be sticky.
Go fast.
Okay.
Sticky shotgun.
Please be
Covered
sticky.
in some kind of glue-like substance.
No,
Black.
no, there's no black goo on the shotgun. It's just a shotgun. Okay, yeah. As you step into that corridor, the door opposite opens up, and Solaris comes out of the corridor to the comm relay.
All right, Makovsky.
What are you doing down there, Solaris?
Checking on the other Joe.
What other Joe seem
Before the door closes, you can see down the corridor there is another working Joe down in that chamber.
That was the Joe that was standing near to you when the incident went down. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't another gun Joe.
But that one never carried gun and was also following command.
Well, it didn't save me, did it?
True. But I didn't save you either, so you know, an argument could be made either way. It does not matter.
And roundabouts, they all explode.
And I kind of just all right. He's obviously not going to tell me anything. And again, I'm not very good with humans, so I don't even know if he's lying to me or anything. So I just pick up the shotgun and goes. And I go, I don't feel easy about this place, so I'm taking this.
Me neither. There seems to be some kind of contamination downstairs.
What do you mean contamination? At that point, what do you mean contamination?
I don't know. Something from their salvage effort. Have you been in contact with the crew?
What, our crew or their crew?
Our crew.
Oh,
I don't care about the crew, the rest of their crew. They're all out in their shuttles. They can stay there for all I care.
When last I spoke, Captain was going to enter the bio ship. I did warn him against this, but he's gone anyway. I never understand humans. They make silly decisions.
I don't like it. I don't know. Something's going on here. Is Xander still there? Have you got him tied up somewhere?
Oh, no, he fast asleep like baby.
We should ask him what they found on the ship.
I don't think you're going to get anything out of him. You try.
Okay. Lift him up and shake him a bit.
You don't shake baby. That's not right.
He's not baby. He's a working Joe.
He's no working Joe. Working Joe would do as he's told.
Well, let's get in comms with the crew again, if we can.
Okay.
See how they're holding up.
Okay.
Comms are this way. And we walk back.
So you're going to go back to the main chamber?
Yeah.
Okay. So you both go into the main chamber. And you are there is actually a communication going on the chamber.
Someone's talking to someone.
Someone is hailing the station.
Oh. Solaris, you answer that. You're better with people.
Oh, sure. Go for
For a given
Solaris.
value of better with people.
Go for Solaris.
This is Nazarova. I have seen a ship moving into outer orbit towards vessels in the outer ring, and you see now on the big sensor relay that one of the other prospector vessels has moved towards, instead of coming back to the station, has moved towards the other ships. There's some chatter on the radios. It sounds like there's something going on over there. What's happening at the station? Please, Solaris, I assume you are the from the this Cherenkov ident vessel.
Yes, we're a UPP ship sent to check on you because you missed equalization a couple of times.
I know. This is frustrating. As Xander and Fyodorov have missed 3 equalization sessions. Have you helped figure out?
It seems Sander and what's her name again?
Alina.
Alina have maybe picked up some kind of illness, some kind of bug out on their prospecting. You should probably avoid docking with the station for the moment.
Yeah, I've moved past the station towards the other. There seem to be some maneuvers going on in the debris field. I thought I could probably lend a hand.
No, maybe just stay in orbit of the station, but stay on standby.
Well,
we'll let you know.
I'm not going to burn that fuel now. What I'll do is I'll hold my position.
Yeah.
And
sure.
What comm frequency are on with the? Can we have an open comm, so I can talk to them as well in case they need any help? I can help.
No, we'll be fine in here. We'll let you know how it's going. So, Zorilsk, Zorilsk station out.
She says as the thing.
Solaris, why not give captains comm? She may be able to talk to him and help if they are in trouble.
You can see that Nazarova's vessel has moved closer.
I don't like what's going on here with this Sander fellow and stuff. I think it's better if we keep their crew out of it and make sure our crew is safe.
Are you going to comm your lander crew?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, just moving the other ships around the orbits a little bit. Okay, so we shall cut over to the oh no, we'll stay on this map, sorry. The Bionational ship map will be here next week. So you are in the chamber. Horatio, you've just plugged into that system, checked a few things. You've seen the stuff on the floor. You hear it. Followed by a noise, distant, echoing.
Captain, I think we should leave.
What's wrong?
There's something moving in here. I think we should come back with the marine.
Apologies. You feel vibrations rather than hear noises. Sorry, you're in your suits, aren't you? So you wouldn't hear.
Yeah, there is no atmosphere. There's no way anything alive can be here.
There is definitely something moving.
Well, I trust you, Schneider. You're usually pretty well aware of situation. Horatio.
Yeah.
Any luck?
I'll just let me have a quick check. So is there anything on this computer that tells me when the small ships left?
Yes.
And does it also give me any information as to how long they've been gone for, or any information as to what they found when they were?
So the last few entries are 6 vessels undocking. Before that, a vessel redocking, and before that, a vessel undocking. And it says it has a flight path on it down to a planet in LV832.
Okay.
Nothing could go wrong there.
I've never heard of this.
Fine, it's just crods.
Have I heard of this?
Oh,
As I'm a
distant,
learned, studied man.
distant. You've probably at some point memorized all the
Well, yeah,
scouted stars, but you don't know anything about it.
that's fine. Okay. No, Captain, there's nothing on here that's going to give us any immediate information.
I think we should leave now.
I don't think we've got enough power to get to the bridge.
Okay,
I
we
don't
go.
think
We bring back power unit. We come back.
I'm wondering whether we can
It's
get our
Solaris.
ship.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
well-
wondering if we can get our ship here. If we dock our ship.
This
With
my
this.
original thought was take
Want
this
more
ship
guns.
out to Cherenkov.
More
We
guns.
can use the
Yeah.
prongs on
Yeah.
Cherenkov to disassemble this ship in space. Be
Yeah.
safer. But I don't want to bring Cherenkov into this debris field. It's not
Maybe
safe.
we could. Do you think we could tow it out with all the small ships? If we got
Yeah,
all the
that's
small
not a bad
ships?
idea, Horatio.
Yeah.
But you're right. Let's go for now. We need to actually properly prepare and provision for this type of job.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So we need to set beacon, load warning tag. We have warning buoy. Yeah, we have warning buoy
Yeah.
in the lander. We can deploy warning buoy to keep people away.
Yeah.
Possible biohazard contamination.
Okay, you get commed from the Zorilsk station. Relayed through your lander.
Okay.
Captain.
Is Kuznetsov. Solaris?
Yes, it's me. We seem to have a little problem over here. I
Okay,
hear
what
you
is nature
found
of
the
problem?
ship.
Yes, we're on
What?
ship.
Yeah. Whatever is on that ship, they've brought some of it back to the station, and I don't know. It seems unhealthy.
Was it moving?
It was some spores, some dust, something came out of it.
It looked a bit like pollen to you, actually, Solaris.
It was like a flower seeding, pollen everywhere.
I don't think that was what we felt.
Right.
Pollen
Solaris,
doesn't
I
make
want
that
you to
kind of
get
noise.
Semiradov and have him call all prospectors back to Zorilsk. We're going to have a meeting to discuss what is going on with this ship, what is going on with their prospecting. We're going to do a job we're sent here to do. We may well be salvaging this ship, but we need to be thinking smart about this. This thing is too big to salvage in small pieces. We don't want to be emptying out a couple of boxes at a time. We want to take whole ship and disassemble the entire thing. So
Yeah,
you get just get Semiradov to
We
call
might have
all
a problem
prospectors
with
back.
that. Semiradov, he got a nose full of the stuff, and he's currently.
Yeah, we don't need him to be intelligent or conscious. We just need him to be able to call his people.
Okay. We'll see
That's-
what we can do.
Get all
Solaris.
prospectors back to base. We will be returning now.
Is there an armory on that station?
There's a security room, I believe. I'll check it out.
You and Mac get all the weapons.
Yeah, sure.
But
if there is-
Semiradov needs to get all of his people back to the station so that we can have summit.
If there are spores, if there is anything such as a flamethrower, that would be good.
Yeah,
I'll
maybe
have a
mock
look.
something up. You have got Makovsky, no? Makovsky
Yeah.
can make flamethrower out of bag of chips and book of
Oh.
matches.
I'll look over to Makovsky.
Makovsky's already like doodling some pictures.
Gets this man some
Flame
duct tape,
goes
yeah?
here.
But Semiradov, call back all people straight away. They will listen to him. He is overseer of this particular area.
Are we sure we want to get them involved?
Yes. we need to consolidate position of all of them. We can't have prospectors roaming wild around here, because you know what prospectors are like. They will come over to this ship and they will get greedy, they will get stupid, they will get infected, they will get dead.
Okay.
Centralize
hoping that
all
are
things
infected
first. It's the
now.
UPP way. We bring everybody together, and from there we go forward together.
Okay, Captain. See you in a bit.
Okay,
Okay,
so
you hang up first.
No, you hang
No,
up.
you hang up.
okay, so
you.
Kuznetsov, Schneider, and Horatio, what are you doing now? Then are you heading back
Leaving.
to the lander?
When we head back,
Yes.
can I have a look at the crate to see if there's any symbols on it, or whether or not it's got an electronic?
There's
you know,
biohazard symbols on it. There's nothing sort of electronic lock about it. There are some big secure latches and like
Gotcha.
warning type stuff. But when you pick it up, it feels like there's stuff inside.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking it anyway. I just wondered if there was any more information other than just biohazard.
No. It's marked up in a biohazard contain. You know, it's
Why
got
does
like
it have
the.
the word xenomorphs written across the side?
Fine.
No, unfortunately not.
Okay,
Okay,
return to the lander. We need to make a retreat, set the warning buoy, and get
Yeah.
everybody out of here.
So you're not going to take you're not going to take the box with you,
No,
Schneider. You don't want to take the box.
I might have
Nice.
a little look
Wanting
through
to
the
take the
lockers that are
box
there.
and choosing to take the box are not the same thing. Yes, we want to take the box, but it is giant biohazard box where we know someone has already died. We are not taking this box. I don't care what you think, Horatio. You are not mixing bees with dangerous biohazard from spaceship.
It could be a bot. I do like a mystery box.
I'll have a rummage through the lockers that we saw.
Would you please get back on the ship? Not like standing here with machine gun, waiting for you to get
You
on the
find a
ship.
cutting torch in one of the lockers.
Right, okay, I'll take it.
Oh,
Great,
can you
take
all
cutting
make
torch,
an
get on the ship.
air? Can you all make an air supply roll, please?
Like band.
Oh, look at that. That's good. Clean dice. Okay,
They're
so
breathing smart, not hard.
you all get back on the ship, and as you do, you see that there is a wideband communication coming from a nearby source, like
Pick it up.
just a open radio kind of thing, local thing. Hello, this is Maria Nazarova coming. Are you? I can't tell quite your location. There seems to be a nearby anomaly that's affecting my senses. Are you docked with another vessel? Do you need assistance?
I'll call her back. Comrade Nazarova, this is Captain Kuznetsov of... I forgot the
Cherenkov.
name of ship. Cherenkov.
Forgotten name of.
You'll get in a private com. Cherenkov, sir.
Cherenkov, sir. Thank you. Comrade Nazarova, this is Captain Kuznetsov of Cherenkov salvage vessel. Do not approach this area. We are returning to... Begins with K, station.
Zorilsk.
Zorilsk, like a K, ends with K, begins with K, ends with K, one of these letters. We are returning to Zorilsk station. I request everybody on prospecting team to head for Zorilsk station now. If you require, we can tow you.
No, I'm underway. Is that Xander's ship I can see drifting?
Is already empty. Mr. Xander is back at
What?
Zorilsk.
Oh, I thought you were
We
about
will
to tell me
explain
that.
all when we get there.
And have you found Alina?
Alina is back at Zorilsk station also.
Right. Okay.
We are setting warning buoy on this salvage.
That's
because
serious.
it's potential biohazard.
Biohazard.
But yes, please return to Zorilsk station. All will be made clear.
I'm a biologist from education. I'm here. We all have a specialty. We have to cover all the fields.
Excellent. You can
chemical
work
and
with our
biologist
scientist, Mr. Horatio.
Horatio. Okay.
But when we get back to Zorilsk, for now we need everybody together. You have been too long without equalization. This is a good opportunity to
I
get
know.
everyone together.
Yes. I know. I'm setting course now. You probably beat me there. I've got several samples. My ship's my thrust is not as.
Well, do
Anyway.
you wish to clamp on to our shuttle?
Oh no, don't worry.
We can give you piggyback.
It's fine. I'll make my own way there. Thank you.
Can I suggest you don't open the samples?
Samples?
You said you had samples. Are they from this ship?
From asteroids across the belt.
Oh.
Yes, no. I've been surveying the belt for microbial life. Just if there's anything there that we have to observe under ICC regulations. But so far, nothing. I've got some fresh samples from a new test segment, so I need to take those down to the testing center so that I can perform the correct evaluations.
Okay, it's a lovely conversation. Please have back at Zorilsk.
Okay. All of you could hear. All of you on the ship could hear that. That was an open conversation.
Yeah, I'm going to set a warning buoy from inside our little hatchway thing. Beep, 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 beep.
Yep.
I imagine they're like sort of the size of a big paint tin.
Yeah. Just
broadcast a go away, do not stop here kind of message.
In your voice. This is
and I shall affix it to the airlock next to where we were.
Okay, so you just like clamp it on the side of the hull, so it's just like boop, boop, boop.
Mr. Schneider, please take us out of here.
There's an orange light rotating, and we have a picture of Kuznetsov with a rotating orange emergency light against the outside of his dome of his spacesuit. And as you guys then start to leave, as he moves away from the camera and the back of the lander closes, and you go off back into space, we cut back over to the station. Solaris and Makovsky, you are in the central chamber. You are
they were young and had each other. Who could ask for more?
Internal. What's the word? Communications. Buzz. And
can we see any
Solaris, why have you locked the door? I need to get out of here. Come on, this is freaking me out now. Sorry.
Yeah,
this is freaking me out. Let me out now.
Just a minute. I'm gonna come down and let you out in a second. I just needed to check.
Why have you locked the
door? Right now, please.
Don't worry, Smeldrov. I come down and unlock doors. You crazy Solaris.
Makovsky, you go check the weapons locker.
I am not military man. I know nothing about guns. You point and you pull trigger.
The captain asked us to get the weapons. You check the weapons locker.
That's not what he said. He said go get Smeldrov and radio people.
He said
come
check
back.
the weapons locker as well.
Muy.
Is there?
Where are you going, Makovsky? Where are you going? You going to the security?
But I'm going to push the button and I'm going to all working Jaws, please return to main chamber.
Okay.
And then I'm going to walk down to the security room.
Okay.
Is there somewhere where we can check the video feeds?
There's a station in the main chamber that has that. Yeah. There's also in the security room once Makovsky gets down there, but it's going to take him a little while to get down there.
Can I take a look in the hydroponics space?
Yeah, you can. The camera is positioned up high and looking across the room, and it seems to be. You can see the dark form of Alina Fyodorov. Collapsed by the side there, and then it's one of those little panning cameras, so it's like slowly turning, and you're like, oh, come on. And then you see Semiradov like pacing around, and he's like, oh, and he's scratching. He's like this on his back, and he's like coughs. There's no sound, but you can see this going on, and he's like goes back over to the door, like trying it again, hoping that it's not locked. And he's like, and you then see him like kick the door like a test kick, like, is this going to hurt my leg if I do this kind of thing? And he goes back to the intercom and he's like, Solaris, what is keeping you? Come open the door.
Yeah, I'm on my way. And then I'll turn the comms off and ignore him.
Are you just going to stay there?
Yeah, no, I'm going to go find Mac and see what the weapon situation is.
Okay, so as you're doing that, Mac, you get to the security office, and you walk
Before
in
I go,
past.
I go, knock, knock. Anybody
You
here?
had one job.
you look around, and this is the lock. If you remember the locker chamber where you'd kind of dropped all your gear off and all that kind of stuff, and then through a doorway there's a security office, and you go in and there's a bank of screens, and pretty much every camera in the base is visible, and you can see Samirdov kicking the door of the hydroponics chamber, and he stops and he coughs like really badly, and then scratches at his neck. And you've got various other things going on there, but you see now underneath the hydroponics bay the body of Alina Fyodorov, and there is a strange black substance that is kind of, before it was about 2 foot of the crop, now it might be about 3 foot of the crop, that is kind of coated in this black substance. You can't tell what it is from this security camera. You can see it's black. You can see there are like bulbs, maybe like buds or something, you're not sure. Has a very plant-like feel to it, and you can see flying around that area a few insects. Do you think there's probably... Do they keep bees here?
Niet, the bees came with us.
What kind of idiot keeps bees?
In space.
And then you can see Samirdov, and Samirdov comms, he's like pressing the comm, and the comm goes in the room you're in now that you're there. You can, on one screen, you can see Solaris walking down the corridor towards the security office, not down to the hydroponics to let Samirdov out. And the intercom's going, and you hear Samirdov going. You hear the Samirdov going, "Hello, can somebody please come let me out?"
Smirnov, how are you feeling?
I feel fine. Please come down, and he's like, come down, open door. What was that? What? And you hear him. He's sort of, what? And on the security camera, it's now panning back as he's walking back into the chamber, and clearly he's heard something in the room. And the camera pans around, and you see the body of Alina Fyodorov move. Please, he presses a button. Please, come and let me out. There is something down here. Solaris steps into the room.
Solaris, you are supposed to be good in Smirnov. There's something in there with him. You need to go help him.
And the damn comms off. He's contaminated.
Niet,
What?
The captain gave you an order.
He heard that.
Yeah, I know. I don't care at this point.
Come down here right now and let me out. Fine. That's all you hear, and then the comms gone. You see the camera pans back round, and the door is ajar. One of the bullets like missed the door, and is to the side of it. And you can, but if you were in that room, you'd hear angry footsteps banging up the stairs.
Take off and nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Are you kidding? This station has significant value to UPP. They can bill me. It has substantial ruble value attached to it.
Space ruble.
Billions
As
of
he,
rubles.
obviously, he's kicked down the door. Was there any sort of automatic doors that we could close from here, or is it all like analog doors?
So between, well, you've got the map. You can see the map.
Yeah.
We could potentially close the doors towards the security area away from the main, but then that traps us there
Yeah.
with everyone coming in from.
The ceiling doors are sort of based around like keep things out coming in, not. Yeah. So that unfortunately has access up to the main chamber without a sealed
Close
door.
that one.
It's actually that because obviously Solaris seems ever so concerned with the contamination side of things, that room is now open and whatever was contaminating it. So Makovsky was looking at a potential way of sealing it.
Yeah, well, those doors close behind you, the big doors that are on the map. So they close and you have to actively like open them. Other doorways, if you leave them open, they're open. But you can lock them, with a fairly simple lock. So you could, there are doors. There's a door here that you could close and lock if you get there before Smirodov gets there.
Hoshimoy, I have left Xander on the floor. I must go help him. Solaris, get guns or whatever it is that was important to you.
Solaris is already just ignoring you and checking the lockers.
There is a
for
weapons locker. And inside the weapons locker, there is a vest, like a body armor thing, like you've got.
That to Makovsky.
I think he's already left the room.
Oh.
I mean, I probably would have been shouting at him, and he probably would have.
Yeah, I don't mind the armor. That's cool. Yeah. No, he throws the armor at you, and you kind of grab it, and you kind of going to shuffle it on as you go, or are you going to wait? Because if you're shuffling it on as you go, I'm going to give you a penalty to your mobility roll.
I'm going to shuffle it on as I'm going. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, there's going to be a penalty to your mobility roll to beat Semirodov to the main chamber and shut that door.
Yeah, I've also cocked the shotgun as I'm going as well.
Okay, so Solaris, just to let you know, when you check that locker, there is one AK-147, one shotgun, and one flamethrower.
I'm going to pick up the flamethrower.
And two pistols.
I'll take a pistol as well. Stick it in. I assume I have a pistol holster around. Or
I imagine you'd probably make a makeshift bag and just put all the guns in it.
Okay, so
just duct tape them all together.
So do remember that I can use a GM reroll to force you guys to reroll. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So Makovsky, let's have your mobility roll to see if you make it to the chamber to lock the door before.
And what's my penalty?
Semirodov gets there. It's a 2 penalty.
So wow.
It's like you've got the tremble because you're like putting something on as you run. It's like difficult. Someone's just gaffer taped all three of them together.
Yeah, doesn't Makovsky have the mobility of a potato?
He does.
Yeah.
But apparently he's the only one who gives a shit. Okay, you failed.
Give a shit about the greater good.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No, I'm loving it. Okay, so Makovsky, you're like, shit, and throws you the armor, and you're like pulling it on and running down the thing, and you're like, and you press the button for the this door here.
Yeah.
And as the door opens, you see Semirodov standing. Let me get his little token. I might have to change it from green soon, mightn't I?
What's my armor stats? Because I feel that's going to come important.
5.
5. And the shotgun is damage free, but no bonuses, isn't it?
1 bonus, I think. Let me check because Joseph had a shotgun, so I can.
It is Joseph's shotgun I've stolen, so.
Yep. Bonus 2, damage 3, range short.
Range short.
So you can only use it like.
I know how it feels.
Okay, so as you get to the doorway, you press the button and the door goes. It's one of those big inner lock door. And on the floor, Xander's lying there, and across the doorway, across the way, over the tables, the scattered things, the remnants and everything, you can see Semirodov standing there looking desperate. and the side of his neck is inflamed and red, and he coughs in his hand. And we'll cut back over to our colleagues on the lander. You guys are heading back to the station, and you are flying your way through the debris field because you haven't got your slingshot to get back, have you? Are you going to go around the outside and come back?
I'll go the easiest way.
Okay, so you will actually pop in the orbit to there. You see Nazarova's vessel. Your ship is actually faster than hers, so you actually overtake, and you are kind of
We pull up alongside and like bump the hydraulics a little bit.
You can, yeah. You flap your vents or something.
Push the lights.
Yeah. Do you want to pull up alongside her, Roger?
No.
No. Okay.
Seeing as I've been flying for a while,
yep,
I'm pretty sure I've been in what I would consider a safe place for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, your flight back, you can all recover a point of stress in the
Who's
shuttle.
stressed? I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I observe? Can I look at her ship as we go past to see if it's what kind of kit it's got on it?
It's going to be a spec, so it's going to have, because in space you don't fly near.
No,
to
on a
things.
sensor, you can do a sensor relay to a sensor scan if you want to check it out.
Yes.
Okay, make an observation roll. You failed. Are you going to push?
Nope.
Okay. So it's difficult. The gravitational anomaly in the area is disturbing your sensor capabilities. You guys are nearly all the way back to the base. You're flying. Is there anything you want to do? Any communications you want to make on your way back?
I'll probably just make chit chat with the captain.
Okay.
Where are the rest of the ships?
Oh yeah, sorry, that's a good point.
Because we should be able to see them all heading in. They were coming this way.
They are heading in, so they're getting a bit closer. In fact, Cherenkov will be a bit closer than that. Klimova was further out. And
can I comm the Cherenkov? Because we've got working Joe on board, don't we?
You do.
Yeah.
All right, I will comm the Cherenkov.
Cherenkov vessel, working Joe 238, responding.
Joe, this is Schneider. Have you had any activities?
Mr. Schneider, I hope you are having a fortunate day.
Yeah. Has anyone tried to dock with Cherenkov?
Negative.
Good. Make sure nobody does. Other than us. Excellent. So good. Carry on. And I'll just cut the comm.
Fetch me wideband comm to all Zorilsk's ships.
Yeah, Captain. You'll have to comm.
Attention, Zorilsk crew and ships, prospectors all. This is Captain Kuznetsov of Cherenkov vessel, here to assist you. Please all report back to Zorilsk station for immediate equalisation and conference. We are here to assist in whatever way we can. It is important that everybody attend. Please confirm.
You get two confirmation pings back. Yep. Da. En route.
And how many ships are there out there that we should be expecting pings from?
There are two. You've already.
Only two.
Nazarova isn't going to ping you again because you already know that she's heading back. Cherenkov and Klimova are heading back. Okay, right. So we will go back to the chamber.
Smirov, Good that you're here.
He's got a gun in his hand, and he's kind of like this, holding his hand out, like, "Why did he lock me in the room? Look, look! Please, there is something down there. Alina, she moved. I do not understand. This thing, this black spores, pollen, fungus, whatever it is. It's, yeah, I don't know where it's from." His hand lowers. "This is from the ship, isn't it?
It certainly would appear so.
But your crew, have they boarded this ship? Your captain.
The captain had boarded the ship last time I spoke to him.
We cannot let them back on the station."
But yet they left the ship and are on their way back already with the rest of your crew.
We must perform full decontamination process.
Actually, we observed proper quarantine procedures.
And social distancing.
He scratches at this this thing on his neck is visibly bigger than it was a minute ago. Solaris, what are you doing? You've got all your kit and gear and stuff. You can see.
I can put it in.
Yeah, you've got a big bag. You know, it's like a
On my
dodgy
shoulders.
gym bag.
Then the flamethrower, just strapped around me and my rifle out.
Okay, cool. As you're doing all that, you can see on the security cameras, because there are two in the main chamber, this conversation going on the screens between the two of them. They're standing almost like a little bit of a standoff, slowly moving into the room. Do you want to head back round there, or are you going to...
Can I comm the main room from the security?
Yeah, there's an intercom between the main chambers. The intercom in the room buzzes and Solaris's voice comes out.
Semiradov. Oh, damn it. What's his name again?
Semiradov.
Sorry.
I just keep calling him Smirnoff.
It's on the map.
Yeah, I know, but
that's why I put it on the map so you guys can see it at all times.
Smirnov, you've been contaminated. You need to quarantine yourself immediately.
I will, but you need to see. Look on the camera for hydroponics. And he runs over and he says, "Makovsky, look!" And he kind of goes over to the security station where there's a bit of a larger screen, and he kind of clicks, because that one is like one screen. You've got to kind of click through all the security cameras, whereas in the security office you've got all of them in like your big array on the wall. He clicks through and you see, and Solaris, you look over at the camera at the same point and you see the form of Alina Fyodorov shuddering and shaking. Your external, Solaris, you're aware the external camera shows two ships just coming into land outside the front of Zorilsk station. Your lander and the ship of Maria Nazarova. And as they touch down, you witness on the screen, you and Makovsky, and you need to take a point of stress for witnessing this, the body of Alina Fyodorov tear itself in half as a strange creature with an elongated, pale head, savage teeth, tear out of the kind of upper spinal back region of the body on the floor, and it's kind of and it kind of turns around, and almost, although it has an eyeless kind of face with its sleek, extended, elongated head and its strange, lithe limbs unfurling from within with savage-looking claws on them, it's almost like it's looking up at the security camera and at the two of you through the lens. And you take a point of stress, and we shall end our episode there. Okay. Look,
not saying I know you, Pete, but
okay, cool, right. So that has been episode 2 of Desolation's Edge. I really enjoyed that, and hopefully thank you to my players. Hopefully you enjoyed that as well. You guys are great. Really, again, leaning into the whole alien vibe. It's absolutely fantastic. I know I sit on the map screens for a bit. Maybe I should switch more to the faces for some of this on the next episode. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us in chat. It's been a very lively conversation, and it's been a lot of fun to build up to what's probably going to be Act 2. The shit hits the fan. So with everyone arriving back at Zorilsk station and things really kicking off. So please don't forget to go and check out all of our stuff over at Garblag Games. If you've enjoyed our show tonight and you're not one of our regulars, then please come over and check us out. Follow us on Twitch. Go and check out our YouTube channel. If you're watching this back on YouTube later, over on our YouTube channel, then please go and follow us on Twitch as well. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, go and check out Free League Publishing. Go give them a follow as well. They've been kind enough to allow us to come on and share their audience and hopefully provide an entertaining show for you guys. I absolutely love the Alien role-playing game. It's right up, if you couldn't tell, it's right up my street, and I absolutely love it. So this is fantastic. I can see this coming to 4 episodes with the way that it's going, so that'll be good. So we will be doing an Alien show in the new year as well. As I said, I'm building a bit of an Alien universe, the Garblag Alien universe. And we will be doing another show that follows on from the events from our previous show, LV832. If you haven't seen that, please go and check that out as well. That's a lot of fun. Most of the guys in the team here are in that show as well. Lewis has joined us in this show. Mark wasn't able to join us for this mini series. But Mark or Bjorn fella actually does the music to the intro video that I put on at the beginning of these episodes. Also, check out all of Free League Publishing's other shows, their Vesson shows going on, and various other bits and bobs.
Got a Vesson show going on.
Oh, we've got a Vesson show going on.
We
just had a Coriolis show wrap up last night, which people in the chat were talking about, and they said the ending was fantastic. So Lewis, who ran that, well done, good stuff. There was something about someone being thrown off a balcony and then realizing their clothes were torn and they needed to get a new dress or something, which I assume was Ben's.
That's normal everyday occurrence.
Shanaz Al-Bahia,
Yeah,
with the grav belt that she'd been secretly hanging on to since the start of the game. Yeah,
absolutely.
go and push me off the building.
And just so you guys know, throughout December on Garblag Games, we're going to be doing a series of one-shots. So we're going to be doing lots of different games. It's a holiday season. It's a time for fun. It's kind of an advent calendar almost kind of thing of Garblag Games, but not 25 of them. And we're going to be running lots of different things. So although we love all of the Free League products, we're running three of them at the moment. We want to show as many different kind of games to our audience as we can. And in the new year, we will also be running some Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, but we will be giving some more news about that.
Oh, that's a little viral information drop that snuck out there. That was supposed to be a secret.
Was I not supposed to talk about that?
Well, you're allowed to talk about it. It's your game.
That's true. That's true. We'll see what.
In January, I'm going to run a game on the Free League channel as well. I'm going to be running Coriolis, a little game I've written called the Scheherazade Protocol. So we'll be back on Free League in January. You'll have to come and have a look at that.
Absolutely. And I'm chatting to Matt about how I can come back to the Free League channel as well. So we're not going away. Please come and check us out. Oh, there you go. Bubble Reg, Ben runs awesome games. There you go. Cool. He does indeed. You should check out his Pathfinder game. That was cool. And the Vessam he's running at the moment, which I get to play in, is a lot of fun. So it's you should come and check those out. Anyway, check out all our social media, etc. All that nonsense. Join us on our Discord. We talk about all our shows. We talk about this. I give sneak peeks and little things towards it as well. We also have loads of patron channels on there. So those people who choose to support us on our Patreon, thank you. Those who do, you are awesome people, and all the kit and equipment and software that we use, it's all down to you guys. You know, there's loads of free stuff on there, so you can go and check that out. It's just www.patreon.com/garbladgames. And there's loads of free stuff. And if you do want to become a patron, if you give a few dollars a month, then all the maps that you've seen on here and from our other shows we give away to our patrons. So I also starting to do some late night patron streams on the Discord. I was doing a bit of one of these maps in a chat with a couple of our patrons last week, earlier on in the week. Yeah, Tuesday. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. So thank you very much for watching. We've been Garblad Games. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. And we'll see you next week when, although no one died this week, I get the feeling someone's probably going to die next week. We'll see, for part 3 of Alien Desolation's Edge. Thanks very much. Stay safe and bye-bye.
Night.
Bye.